Welcome to my channel. In this channel, we'll be explaining on what happened in the Bible from the beginning to the end. And I'll be starting in Genesis, and it will be ending in Revelation, which is the last version of the Bible. So in Genesis introduction, the name Genesis means origin. The book tells about the creation of the universe, the origin of human being, and the beginning of sin, suffering in the world, and about God's way to deal with people. Genesis can be divided into two main parts. Chapter 1 to chapter 11, the creation of the world and the early history of human race. Here are the two accounts of Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, Noah and the flood, and the Tower of the Babylon. Second, Genesis 12 to 50, the history of the early ancestor of the Israelites. The first is Abraham, who was not able for his faith and is obedient to God. Then follow the story of his son Isaac and grandson Jacob, also known as Israel, and of Jacob's 12th son, the founder of the 12th tribe of Israel. Special attention is given to one of his sons, Joseph, an event that brought Jacob and his other sons with their family to live in Egypt. While this book tells a story about people, in the first and foremost of an account of what God have done, and it begins with the affirmation that God created the universe, and it ends with the promise that God will continue to show his concern to his people. Throughout this book, the main character is God, who judge and punish those who do wrong, lead and help his people, and shape their history. The answer to this book was written to record the story of people's faith and to help keep that faith alive. So in the next video of mine, I'll be telling us the creation of the universe, the story of the creation, how God created the heaven and earth. The story of the creation. In the beginning, when God created the universe, the earth was formless and desolate, and the raging ocean that covered everything was in total darkness, and the Spirit of God was moving over the water. Then God commanded, "Let there be light," and light appeared. God was pleased with what he saw. Then he separated the light from the darkness, and he named the light day, and the darkness night. Evening passed and morning came. That was the first day. Then God commanded, "Let there be a dome to divide the water, and to keep it in two separate places." And it was done. So God made a dome, and he separated the water under it from the water above it. He named the dome sky. Evening passed and morning came. That was the second day. Then God commanded, "Let the water below the sky come together in one place, so that the land will appear." And it was done. He named the land earth, and the water which have come together he named sea. And then God was pleased with what he saw. Then he commanded, "Let the earth produce all kind of plants, those that bear ground and those that bear fruit." And it was done. So the earth produced all kind of plants, and God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed and morning came. That was the third day. Then God commanded, "Let light appear in the sky to separate the day from the night, and to show the time when the year and religion festival begin. Then we shine in the sky to give light on earth." And it was done. So God made the two largest lights, the sun to rule over the day and the moon to rule over the night. He also made the star. He placed the light in the sky to shine on earth, to rule over the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed and morning came. That was the fourth day. Then God commanded, let the water be filled with many kind of living beings, and let the air be filled with birds. So God created the great sea monster, all kind of creatures that live in the water, all kind of birds. And God was pleased with what he saw. He blessed them all and told the creatures that live in the water to reproduce and to fill the sea. He told the birds to increase in number. Evening passed and morning came. That was the 5th day. Then God commanded, let the earth produce all kind of animal life, domestic and wild animal, large and small. It was done. So God made them all and was pleased with what he saw. And God said, now we will make human beings, and they will look like us, resemble us. They will have power over the fish, the bird, the animal, domestic and wild, large and small. So God created human being, made them to look like himself. He created them male and female, blessed them, and said, have many children, so that your descent will live all over the earth, and bring it under their control, and putting you in charge of fish, bird, and all kind of wild animal. And I have provided all kind of grain and all kind of fruit for you to eat. But for all the wild animal and all the bird, I provide grass and leaf plants for food. It was done. God look at everything I've made and was very pleased. Even passed and morning came. That was the 6 days. And so the whole universe was completed. By the 7th day, God finished what he have been doing and stopped working. He blessed the 7th day and set it apart as a special day, because by that day he has completed his creation and stopped working, and that is how the universe was created.